All right. So, well, then here we go. Fearless Lab. And please welcome Matt Alex.
I believe Eric did a good job of explaining what it is we do. Fearless Lab is a place that folks that want to get on stage and get some flight time can come up and try their comedy. We do this the second Tuesday of every month at Honey in Northeast. We don't care what you want to do. If you want to get up and do improv, stand-up, storytelling, music, it doesn't matter. The only requirement is that what you're doing is supposed to be funny. You can fail. That's okay. That's why it's a lab. The point is, everyone should have a chance to spread their wings, stretch a little bit, try something new. And so what I've done for Die Laughing is I've tried to get us a variety of acts that will show you some different things, all of which fit the different things we've done during the Fearless Lab over the course of the year. I hope that if you are watching this and you're local, you will take the chance to become part of Fearless Lab. That would be the best thing in the world for me, is if someone watching this right now goes, fuck it, I'm gonna try stand-up or storytelling or music or something in front of an audience, send me a message on Facebook, message Fearless Lab, whatever, and you go, hey, can I perform? The answer is always yes. It's always yes. Please come join us. And if you would like to simply watch this and see what kind of hilarity can ensue, you can do that too. This is a pay what you want show when we do it at a normal venue, which is again, second Tuesday of every month at Honey. It's an open mic, essentially. I book it in advance, so it's not quite the same as a stand-up thing, but yeah, you pay what you want. And if you want to come and just see what we're doing and not spend $1, you can. I am perfectly fine with that. I would rather have butts in seats giving people a chance to perform in front of a real live audience, to let them get better at their craft and have a chance to hone their skills. And we have had some amazing performances over the last, goddamn, 3-4 years now we've been doing this. It's a long ass time. That said, let's move into the show, yeah? Okay. One of the things I do at the beginning of every show is I talk about my life, because this is my online journal and blog. And since my girlfriend just ran home to pick up my Renaissance Festival costume for a thing we'll be doing later, I can talk about her. So, it's weird. She and I actually, she shared her Amazon Prime account with me recently. I know, right? It's getting serious, guys. Because like we stopped using condoms like 1.5 years ago. But I can watch Deadpool now. So that's pretty sweet. The idea of being domestic with me is horrifying to everyone, which I've learned because I have 3 ex-wives. And a couple children now, not like biologically, because I'm smarter than that. I got a vasectomy like 22, and then adopted 2 kids because I'm not smart. And so what I've had to do is kind of play catch up this whole time and find out like how kids work. And it turns out it's like a Rubik's Cube, but like someone peeled off the stickers and they just kind of like threw it at you from a window of a van, and it just like kind of hits you in the side of the head like a rock. And so weird things happen, which is okay. So my son, the younger one, he spent a weekend with my parents, you know, grandma and grandpa, and I'm an atheist. I don't take my kids to church, whatever. But my parents are religious, and so they were like, well, I mean, if we have the boy on a weekend, like we would normally go to church, like do we not take him to church because you don't go to church? I'm like, no, do your thing. Like whatever you're doing, do your thing. Like that's fine. If you ask questions, I'll talk to him. And so they took the boy to church for the first time. And apparently, according to my dad, about 20 minutes in, the boy like tugs on his coat and goes, Papa, Papa, which is super loud because kids don't know how to whisper. They just know that you should just say it like that, like I just did now. He says, Papa. Yeah. What, Austin? Who's the sad guy on the T? And my dad goes, that's Jesus. And Austin goes, he must have been really bad. I love that like my parents have to answer all the theological questions, because the other one that I love, I'm just a quick story. They went to like see some movie, I forget what, some Pixar thing, whatever. They had him for the weekend. And they get done with the movie. The boy's like, I gotta pee, whatever. So he goes in the bathroom. And he comes back out. And like every adult does, you go, did you wash your hands? And Austin puts his hands on him and goes, Papa, in our house, we don't believe in God and we don't wash our hands. Had I known it was that easy, my youth would have played out very differently. So, how about some entertainment, yeah? Real quick, just because this is interesting to me. How many of you have been to a Fearless Lab in a regular location before? Oh, a few. Awesome. Great. If you have, I would like you to take this time to like us on Facebook or share this event. And if you're here in person or watching online at dielaughingmarathon.com, I don't know why I give it the website. If you're watching it, you're already there. You can do a great thing for us by donating a little bit of money to Fearless Comedy Productions, or if you have student debt or you're unemployed, you're excused. Otherwise, what you can do is just share that this is happening. Let people know that cool people are out there doing art for your amusement, and this is why you get to do fun things on the weekend with a date, is because someone doesn't get to do a fun thing on the weekend because they're doing a fun thing for you. And all these people that you're about to see are donating their time to entertain you, and that is the coolest thing anyone can possibly do for anyone else. And I love this, and so thank you for that. Now, let's get started, yeah? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to welcome our first act, Jade Cook.
Oh, got it. Hi, everybody. I'm Jade. I just like to reiterate what my actual name is, because for my whole entire life, whenever I introduce myself to somebody, they automatically, without fail, think my name is Jane. Like, yeah, not close, but not really at all. I didn't know that like one syllable names could be so hard, you know, and that one letter difference could be such a little bitch, right? Damn it. But when it happens to me now as an adult, it just makes me think back to when I was a kid, and it all kind of makes sense to me now, because when I was younger, I had a mild obsession with the TV show Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. I know. And but thinking about it though, it starred Jane Seymour, right? She was that fiery redheaded doctor, you know, married to that mountain man Sully. Remember him? He's a hottie. You know, she's just running around the prairie saving people's lives. Sounds a lot like my life. You know, mine is the mountain man and the saving people's lives, and the fact that I do not run anywhere. Had that show actually been named after me, it would have been called like Dr. Jade, Medicinal Medicine Woman. All right, thanks. Because unbeknownst to my parents, when they named me Jade, they didn't know how perfect that actually was for me. Because I love the color green. It's one of my favorites. Well, we're back. I like to wear it. I like to smoke it. I like to vape it. I'm down for a tincture, edible. What I'm getting at is like, I'm a huge stoner, right? Yeah, it's cool with me. It's cool with me. Some of my friends like to bust my hump a little bit. They're like, Jade, you're always high. I'm like, yeah. I'm like thinking to myself, because I'm always consciously choosing to hang out with you. Right? It's like I like to remind him, like it's easy to start your day on a high note when you wake and bake. Right, exactly. I assumed it was common knowledge, but apparently not. And I have a vape pen now, which I really, really enjoy. I like hitting that. And I kind of treat it like people with severe asthma treat their inhalers. I know, yeah. Except I don't get asthma attacks, just like stupid people attacks, you know. I just hit it. Everything's cool for like 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the hit, you know. And if I had to like hypothetically, you know, and make some like Jade's choice, like make a decision on whether I'd rather have my mouth around a dick or a bong, like I'm always going to choose the latter. Always. Not because I'm not a nice giving person, because I am. I can be. But because 10 out of 10 times, smoke is going to be easier to expel out of my mouth over semen. Every time. It's just simple math, really. And until I can figure out how to blow like semen smoke rings, like, I'm just gonna stick with my original choice. It's cool. And sometimes I wonder why I don't have a boyfriend. I know. Obviously, right? But I got a text message though from a fella that I haven't seen in quite some time. And all it said is, "Send me a picture of you." Oh. Okay. Oh, we're back. Yeah. And it's like, well, that's either the nicest or the laziest sext that I've ever received before. And I think it might be the rudest, you know, but I kind of had it coming because in the past, the only pictures that I've ever sent back were like pictures of my roommate's cats with the caption, "Pussy shot." So I probably deserved it, right? But that's cool because I don't really like sexting at all. It makes me feel uncomfortable and weird. I don't like it. I'm terrible with technology as it is. So it's like, I don't want to add my naked body up in that too. Right, so I'm just gonna like stay away. Yeah, and it's like, I wanna be honest, I just figured out what the hell a meme is. Learned that. I know. It's like some of my friends make fun of me too because I use the browser when I go on the internet, which apparently is a big deal, which just translates to me that I like go to the .coms. I type gmail.com, tmz.com, twitter.com. Like, I don't want anything to do with apps. Like, I don't use apps at all. Unless they involve eating, you know. Then I'll meet you at Chili's for a bloomin' onion. It'll be good. But we got to get there before 4. We got to catch the early bird. We got to catch that. That's such a grandpa move, too. It's like I'm full of those. I constantly get accused of, like, acting like an elder. The other day, my friend gave me shit because I got so excited because I figured out I was going to be home in time to watch The Price is Right. Like, never happens. And then accusations were flying from my roommate the other day because she was complaining, you know, she needed a solution for that we don't have a fan in our bathroom. So then I suggested the use of potpourri. Like, okay, thanks. Yeah, if like liking potpourri makes me a grandma, that's fine. Yeah, potpourri never did anything. It just sits silently in a room trying to make it smell good. What the fuck's wrong with that? Nothing. And I know, like, looking at me, like, physically I'm in my like later 20s, right? It's true. 29. Yeah, but you know, mentally I'm in my like early hundreds. So it kind of like evens everything out. Because like, let's just say, you know, if like Robin Williams, Jack, and like Benjamin Button were somehow able to like conceive some like perpetually old, like weird as fuck kid, like that would be me. Like I'm Jack Button. Jack Button likes to go to bed early, doesn't like to go out. And she's a little bit tired, more tired than she normally is at this hour, because I was up extra late last night, way past like 10:30, and I was watching videos about time travel. I know, I couldn't stop. It was wild. And they were talking about portals, right? A lot about the portals, also known as wormholes, right? And how they just appear. And usually there's like a swirling motion like this, and then the traveler just pops out, right? Wherever that may be. And there was a story about a gentleman traveler whose portal opened and he appeared and then he suddenly ran over by a taxi cab and he died. And then they weren't able to fucking talk to him and figure out how the fuck he got there. And then it was over. I'm like, fucking great. We're back to square one and I could have been sleeping for these last 4 hours. Damn it. Great. But, you know, just the worrier that I am, now all I'm thinking about is just another distraction, as if we needed another one when we're out driving and cruising around, right? When we're driving, we already have enough things to worry about. You know, like people and pedestrians, animals, potholes. It's like now when we're driving around, we all have to be, on the lookout that a time then there's going to be someone dressed in like Renaissance or colonial garb, and you're going to have to swerve around him and try to not hit him? I'm sorry, but that's some heavy shit to lay on somebody. It really is. And it's like, I don't know about you guys, but I have enough problems with people bothering me in this dimension. Like, I don't need ones flying in from other dimensions too. Unless we can figure out some sort of like trade system going on, which I doubt. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, there's a few people that pop into my brain where I wouldn't mind if they just like accidentally like fell into a portal and then weren't able to ever come back again. No, I'm awful. But the real thing is I can't stand the vast majority of society. That's the thing. And it's because working years in customer service will do that to somebody. Thanks, I know. And I gotta tell you guys that I'm about one almond sliver away from completely and utterly losing it on the next customer that orders a croissant with an accent. What the fuck? What the hell? And it's only that word every time I deal with these people, this phenomena. I can't anymore. And the worst part about it is I never know when it's coming. It's always a surprise. It's always at the end of the transaction, right? Like the end of the order. They're like, I want a medium Americano with room for cream, and I'll take it to go. And then I also would take the plain croissant. Like, gross. I almost just vomited. It's like fermez la bouche. That means shut up in French. And I'm like wondering who the hell these people are. And I'm like, I don't want to know them, and I'm pretty sure that they aren't in fact visiting in from another dimension. It's either that, or it's like, these are the people that they survey for the answers for the questions on Family Feud. I know. Have you heard the shit that they come up with? It's nuts. It's like you go to somewhere and you order a croissant with an accent. It's like, survey says, number one answer, you sound like a moron. All right. Je suis stupide. Tu es stupide. I just called myself stupid. When I meant to say tu es stupide et sorti. That means you are stupid and get out. Anyway, that's my time. You guys have been really great. Thanks so much. My name's Jade Cook. Oh my God, how do I get that back in there?
Fuck yeah, give it up for Jade Cook. Trying.
Test.
Ooh, we have a sweet hot new mic. Which I guess means it's younger. I regret everything. Moving right along, because we got a lot to do. Hey, how about more stuff? Yeah! I feel like people like stuff. I bet you would like stuff from our next performer, because you've seen him do stuff for Fearless. Ladies and gentlemen, Duck Washington.
I've heard it said that if you get nervous standing and talking in front of a large room of people, the trick is to envision the audience naked. This is not the sagest advice I've ever received. It's alarming. One takes little comfort in witnessing a giant, massive sea of nude flesh, a mostly pasty white sea of nude flesh. The low sagging balls on this side of the room, the hairy buttocks over here, the superfluous third nipple at the back. They do not reassure me in any way. Even the most attractive of you, the Aphrodites and the Adonises, fail to fill me with any kind of encouragement at all. As they look on at me with their wanting and expectant stares, all I can feel is inadequacy. Their desired orgy full of acrobatic twists and lusts, it will go unsatisfied. I have nowhere near the stamina or the creativity to handle that many people's wants and needs. I am not Wilt Chamberlain. As I stand here and I examine you, the naked, I feel somewhat inappropriate. What right do I have to imagine and make judgments on your bodies? Would I want you judging mine? Are you judging it right now? Imagining what I might be like? Do you like what you see? Am I big enough? Long enough? Strong enough? Or dark enough? Am I cut out of marble? Or out of Pillsbury dough? Would you like me to stay? Or would you like me to go? All right. I'm playing around with a little bit of poetry for you guys today. This next one I wrote the day after Die Laughing last year. We had a Fearless Lab 2 days later, and this is what came of that. This is called The Struggle. The struggle is real. A man walks past a red box. A photo of Star Wars The Force Awakens calls to him from atop its marquee. Watch me. I have black stormtroopers and powerful female characters, and you're the kind of guy that appreciates that kind of thing. Come celebrate your non-douchiness by watching me for a fourth time. The man sweats. He knows that he wants to see it again, but he also knows that he has to write something for a variety show that is approaching the following evening. His struggle is real. Another man sits upon a toilet. The day before, his boyfriend had made a romantic breakfast filled with bran. It was the kind of romantic gesture that sticks with you all day. However, as much as he appreciates his boyfriend's love, he now wants it out. But unfortunately for him, the struggle is real. A camera has been designed and built with the utmost care. It is purchased by a member of the furry community. The camera is in support of people celebrating their sexuality in any way they want to, as long as they do it in a consensual way between adults that doesn't hurt anyone. But there are just some things that a camera didn't want to see. Didn't want to see 27 times over the course of a weekend. Its struggle is real. A writer is sitting at his computer. He realizes that he's been awake for about 70 of the last 80 hours and is now writing about an anthropomorphized camera at a furry convention. He begins to stress about whether or not this is actually funny. He also realizes that this is the second time he has written himself into his very short performance piece. He worries that he might be an egomaniac. He wonders why he hasn't taken this valuable time to talk about the struggles of women or the handicapped or minorities. A black man is stuck in an elevator. It seems like every piece of music that plays over the speaker system was written by the B-52s. That is the opposite of soul music. He feels his blackness dying. His struggle is real. The writer recognizes that he is also a black man who doesn't like listening to the B-52s and is now aware that he has once again written himself back into his own piece of shit writing. The writer wonders if he can turn this into a gimmick and continues to write about himself, avoiding more serious struggles that other people are actually facing. He wonders if writing about surviving through a horrible funk would be funny or stupid. He decides at this point he might as well try anything. A teacher in Wisconsin is treated so poorly that she is forced to buy classroom supplies out of her own pocket money. It is a significant collection of coins because her salary is so low. I mean, why support education when we can give that money to a corporation instead? Plus, all the children have begun to fart in unison. Loud, rhythmic farting, the almost percussive flatulence raises the concern of the principal down the hall, who bangs on the door. The caustic nature of the methane begins to rust the classroom's cheap tin roof. It is then that the teacher realizes that the children have been farting in the tune of Love Shack by the B-52s. The teacher is not appreciated. She gets no respect. Her struggle is real. The writer looks over his work, realizing that he has yet again circled back onto his own id. There is no time to start over. All he can think about is his bed and himself. He thinks he probably has enough written on his screen to fill his time slot. The struggle is almost over. He stops typing.
Holy shit, right? What I'd like to do now is bring up another act. How's that sound? Because that's better than me, right? Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our recurring performers and one of my favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Levon.
Thank you. Hey, how you doing? My name is Pat Levon. I'm 56 years old. I have 3 grown adult children, all of them boys. The oldest is Zachary Thomas. Middle child is Colin Patrick. And the youngest is very anal. I know it's weird naming your kid using an adverb. Oh, we did it. My oldest, Zach, just got married this past summer, which was really exciting. He and his wife are total nerds, the adorable kind of nerds, and had a themed wedding that fit their personalities perfectly. So the reception hall, they didn't have a dance. They converted the dance floor into a giant chessboard and played chess during the reception with the guests as chess pieces, which was cool, but nerdy. And then to take the nerd theme a step further, they actually had the guests who were chess pieces dressed as a character from either Lord of the Rings or the Harry Potter movie series. And fun, but super nerdy. And then to take the nerd theme a step further, they decorated the reception hall to look like the bedroom of a 29-year-old virgin living in his parents' basement. Which was gross. Like the banquet tables, they usually have like the centerpieces. So the centerpieces were just little piles of empty Mountain Dew cans. And half-eaten Doritos. So, yeah, but it was weird to see your oldest son get married because it's like, where did the time go? It was bittersweet. I was a little bit sad. And I remember when Zach was a little boy, he wanted to be a pirate. So we moved to Somalia. And what's weird is in Somalia, little boys wanting to be pirates is just like little boys trying to get in Little League here, so they have tryouts and everything. And so we went to tryouts, and of course, being the good dad that I am, I was there to cheer them on, and all the other dads brought their kids, and we lined up at the pier, and we're cheering them on. We're cheering them on, and I'm like, Zach, arg! And he's like, arg! I'm like, no, deep, gruffer, arg! Arg, Dad! I'm like, oh, geez, why did I spend all that money on pirate camp? And what's weird is the wealthy parents are always trying to get an edge in these tryouts, right? So they have their specialized equipment. There's several kids that had the custom aluminum laser machine screw-on peg legs. And they're personal parrots, right? Not the, and they're purebreds, not the scraggly kind you get from the parrot mills. And then the other parents are so condescending and, patronizing. Oh, Zach did great. He did super great in the pillaging drills. I'm sure the judges didn't notice that he'd wet himself. So anyway, we went out, we did tryouts, and he got cut. The first day he got cut, let go from the team. And he was devastated. And brokenhearted. And I remember that night sitting at home on the couch, and there was nothing I do. He was inconsolable. He was sitting there, and I could just watch him as he cried his little eye out. Thank you. But anyway, that didn't work, so we came back. We moved back to Minnesota, and I've raised our family here. And my wife and I have been married a long time, and marriage is very difficult. I know that's not news to anyone, and I'm not blaming my wife. I'm not blaming my wife. It's a 50-50 thing, right? But she can be very confrontational. She came up to me the other day, and she goes, "Are you wearing my underwear again?" And I'm like, no. And she said, "What's that on your head?" I went, "Technically, these belong to the neighbor lady." And she stole them from Goodwill. So I don't know who the rightful owner is. But being in my 50s, we're both in our 50s. We really don't get intimate at the frequency we used to. And but to her credit, whenever we do make love, my wife insists that we make love with the lights on. In case a deer suddenly darts out in front of the car. You never know. But you get to my age, I don't know if we have any people that are 50 or more in the audience, but when you get to my age, you do start worrying about your health a little bit more. And I'm exhausted all the time. And by applause, because I can't see very well, by applause, anyone else feel like they're exhausted constantly? Yeah. I have major sleep issues. I don't know if you can see the bags under my eyes, but they've gotten so big they no longer qualify as carry-on luggage. Yeah, I gotta check these things and ride in the cargo area of the plane. Hey, that was a dad joke for anyone who's expecting a dad joke. Thank you. But I do, seriously, I had a sleep study done. And during the sleep study, they determined that I have sleep apnea. Except it's interesting because I have severe sleep apnea when I'm laying on my back and sort of moderate sleep apnea when I'm on my side. And so what my doctor suggested that I do is what one of his other patients does, and that's when he goes to bed at night, he wears his son's backpack to bed to keep him from flipping over on his back. Yeah. So I tried that with kind of mixed results. I mean, it's really uncomfortable with all those textbooks in there. And then, that was supposed to be a laugh line. You just assumed the textbook stayed. Okay, well then I gotta get up early every morning to return the backpack to the kids. So, I'll just leave that whole part out. Thank you. But I actually am very worried about my health. And I read an article the other day, and you guys have probably seen it on the news because it's been on the news quite a bit. And they now say that sitting at a desk 8 hours a day is the worst thing you can do for your health, right? It's like a health crisis in the country that people are sitting too long. And they equate sitting to smoking. They say sitting is the new smoking. So I've adjusted my lifestyle. Now after sex, I sit. I'm usually behind the wheel, so it's just about shifting weight a little bit. Yeah, but they say sitting is the new smoking. At my work, they're very, very adamant about keeping a healthy lifestyle. So now if you want to sit at your desk, they make you do it out on the sidewalk at least 10 feet from the building. Guess they're worried about secondhand sitting. So. So anyway, I am at the point too where, because of my age, I'm starting to look back at my life and say, have I contributed to society? I don't feel like I'm altruistic enough. Like, I have a friend, last year he donated one of his kidneys to Goodwill. It's still sitting there on one of those hangers. And it is so dry. But, so, I think about death, I think about dying, and I came to this conclusion. When I die, I want to be Frozen, or any of the other great Disney musicals. All right, that's my time. Thank you very much.
Hot damn, how fun is this, right? You have no idea what's coming up next, and often neither do I. What I know I'm doing now is introducing a good friend of mine that I do a podcast with called Horror Show Hot Dog. There's a guitar, I know that. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Knight.
Well, hi. So we don't have a mic on the guitar, which is actually kind of perfect because I'm really shitty at playing guitar. I learned to play it just enough that people would sit still and listen to my songs. And then I stopped because I'm a winner, basically. Yeah. So this first song is about, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and it's really fucking weird. So this, what can I say? This song is called Feminist Dads. And it's an acoustic punk song. I'm a feminist husband and a feminist dad. This way the culture treats women, y'all, gets me fighting mad. Women gotta be respected, not as daughters and wives. Turns out they're actually people, y'all. Gotta run their own lives. So pretty baby, when you grow up, I won't tell you what to do or what to not. But for now, I gotta change your diaper. So get your hands off of your twat. Get your hands off of your twat, baby. Get your hands off of your twat. I respect your bodily autonomy, but get your hands off of your twat. I'm a sex-positive person. In fact, a bit of a perv. And the people slut-shaming get on my last nerve. Because when you say you're gonna shoot your daughter's first boyfriend, you're just saying she's an object whose worth you gotta defend. In other words, before she can make a boner drip, you have to transfer ownership. That's deeply fucked up. So pretty baby, when you grow up, I won't tell you who to do with what you got. But for now, I gotta clean your butthole. So get your hands off of your twat. Get your hands off of your twat, baby. Get your hands off of your twat. Someday you'll smash the patriarchy, but get your hands off of your twat. There's nothing bad about vaginas, nothing sacred or weird. They ain't a thing to be worshipped, no. They ain't a thing to be feared. And anyone who says otherwise, baby, you know they're just a twits. Only thing wrong with your vag right now, honey, is that it's caked in shit. And I can't wait until you grow up and you can put all of your poopy in the pot. But for now, I gotta fucking swab your labia, so you see where I'm going with this. Get your hands off of your twat, baby, get your hands off of your twat. It's as awkward for you as it is for me, but get your hands off of your twat. Because feminist dads wash dishes and change diapers. Feminist dads' work is never done. Feminist dads don't call it fucking babysitting. Feminist dads raise feminist daughters and sons. Yeah, feminist dads raise feminist daughters and sons. Thank you. Is there anyone in the crowd or backstage who has something that I can drink? I bought like a bottle of water and now it's empty. Yeah, I knew you would have something I could put in my mouth. Is beer supposed to be salty? Okay, well, no, I was just, the song is really fucking high, so if the voice cracks out midway, we may stop and remove the capot. And that's the capot with the croissant. Yeah. Okay, this song is called Cisgender Dysphoria Blues. My story is as sad as anyone's could be. I thought that in this country speech was free. But every time I go online, people start attacking me. I'm a cishet white guy, confused by the concept of non-binary gender. I'm an alt-right guy. Won't you please take pity on a first offender, 'cause I feel so repressed. It's like cisgender dysphoria, and the way that I'm oppressed knocks back my fedora. Well, actually, technically, it's a trilby, because a fedora would actually have a wider brim and a taller crown. But anyway, this conversation's not about me, and I hate it when conversations aren't about me. Could you please make this conversation all about me? Gotta find a way to make it all about me, 'cause I feel so bereft, so much more for the tolerant left. I'm a kind of black and white guy, but I swear I'm not trying to trouble you, not looking for a fight, guy. Why you gotta be an SJW? 'Cause I'm logical and so rational. Your emotions set me reeling. And when you call me a bigot, it really hurts my feelings. And I wish my beliefs were more agile, but my masculinity's too fragile. Little darling, I need you to validate my antiquated worldview. And if you won't, baby, I'll complain about it in the forums on Breitbart. 'Cause I covered up my fear with anger when it struck me that with all the millions of women out there and all the people of various genders, no one will ever love me. And I saw my cash to spend blown, but the girl I adore put me in the friend zone, and I'm the last truly oppressed minority, and they're slowly destroying my freedom to be free. And I get nervous thinking about a girl with a wee-wee. And I told you I could make this all about me. Yeah. It's all about me. It's all about me. Thank you.
Hot fucking damn, Joshua Knight. Who's having fun? Fucking right we are. It is Saturday night. We're at the Phoenix Theater in the lovely uptown Minneapolis, Minnesota. We are here supporting Die Laughing. We are donating money to Fearless Comedy Productions because, god damn it, theater deserves to be funded, and we are one of those things, and we'd like funds. As far as I can tell, that's our mission statement. I won't know until tomorrow when I'm sober. So, what I'd like to do right now is bring up one more act for you. I'm conflicted. Because this is an act I fucking love. And I hate to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, Casimir the Hungry.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Casimir the Hungry. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Casimir the Hungry, and the reason they call me that is because I eat fire and swallow swords. I eat fire, swallow swords, and do comedy. Basically, I have made terrible decisions in my life, all revolved around my mouth. But that having been said, this is going to be a little bit of an audience participation show. I am going to need a volunteer. Can I get a chair over here? All right, I have a chair. I'm going to need a volunteer from the audience. All right, that guy, Matt. Matt, where are you?
He went downstairs.
Oh, go get him.
Or you need him.
Go get him. I need Matt. Go get Matt. He's here. We got him. Matt, I need you to sit right here. I need you to sit right here.
We do not.
Nope, you. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to sit. I need you to sit right here. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
This is seriously my only pee break for the next 2 hours.
if you truly want to enjoy this next part of the show, you're not going to watch me. You're going to watch him watch me.
Because Matt doesn't have a very strong stomach.
All right. So, like I said, I am a sword swallower. What I am going to do is 100% real. There is no trickery whatsoever. What I am going to do is a stunt. All right. I am actually going to swallow swords and other items down to my stomach. Yeah.
That's the correct response.
So what I have here is 2 arrows. Matt, is this real?
Yeah. I'll say yeah.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swallow these down to my stomach, like I said. What I need to do is I need to open my throat up. There's a flap here called an epiglottis. I need to open that up. I need to control not 1, but 3 gag reflexes. That's true. One at the back of your throat, one at the base of your neck, and one at the top of your stomach. Matt here can't control one. So this is going to be a really long set for him. I'm doing all the work, but he's having the hard time. All right. Do you guys want to see that? Come on, you want to see You can go pee now. Oh, cool. I'm so All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, when Matt asked me to come out and do this, I got to thinking about it. This is a comedy, thing. And sword swallowing is. I mean, there's comedy elements to it. It can be funny, deep throating jokes and all that. But I was like, what can I really do to make this unusual and to bring something different to the stage? And so what I did is I just grabbed some random stuff out of my garage. I'm not at 100% sure what we got. State of hockey. So let's. How about no? Here we go. No. Here we go. Sure. No. Yeah.
You guys want to see me swallow this? Are you sure? Because this would not be the first time I had that much wood in my mouth. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to swallow this pool cue for you. Now, one of the things you will notice is, unlike those arrows, this thing, it gets bigger as you go down, which means I'm going to have to tip my throat even further back to accommodate the larger girth. Which means I need to keep my neck muscles extremely loose while this is going down. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you want to see me swallow this pool cue? Try again. Do you want to see me swallow? There we go. I just want to point out that my posture has been amazing ever since I started doing this.
Here we go. Oh, something's not right. Hold on. Oh no. Blueberry.
I didn't actually have anything to say. I just wanted to mess with you guys.
All right, here we go. Pull up here, let's hear it. Yeah.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I am about to say a phrase that I'm sure none of you have ever heard in your life and will likely never hear again. But for the rest of the day, everything is going to taste like pool cue. I wish that was a joke. But that's not what you guys really want to see, is it? No, you guys want to see me swallow a sword, right? You want to see me swallow a real sword, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hold in front of me a solid steel blade. This thing is 100% real, and as you will notice that unlike those other things that I have been swallowing, this thing has edges. And what that means is this is a hell of a lot more dangerous. So it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. Do not do this at home. Except that guy. You're allowed to do this at home. Because no one's going to miss him. Is that your girlfriend next to you? No? Over there? You're dating her? Even I find that hard to swallow. Wow. Well done. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, you want to see me swallow this sword, right? All right, here we go. You know, they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, which is why I married a blacksmith. Thank you. Here we go. All right, I'm going to do this. And you guys, when I do this, had better lose your brains. Screaming your head off, stomping your feet, clapping your hands, banging on the tables. When I say one last time, who wants to see me swallow this sword? Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Casimir the Hungry. Thank you.
Holy hot damn, Casimir the Hungry! No, fuck off! Everything you do is gross. I regret everything. The world's on fire. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, Fearless Lab, yes? Excellent. Thank you. What I'd like you to remember is you can come see the Fearless Lab second Tuesday of every month at Honey in Northeast. You can come see who knows what. You might watch Salsa be a dick, to me specifically. You might watch people play some music. You might see some improv. You might see some stand-up. And by the way, if you would like to be part of that, please do. That is an open mic. All you got to do is send a message to me. You can find Fearless Lab on Facebook. Or you know what? Send me an email, matt.alex, A-L-L-E-X, @gmail.com. If you want to be on stage and try being funny, if it's your first time, 50th time, 500th time, I don't care. If you want to come up and do something and hopefully entertain an audience, I would like to give you that opportunity. And please come do that. Please come support other people doing things that they love and watch those people grow into the performers that we know they can be. So thank you all of you for being out here at dielaughing.com, internet people, and people being here in person. Thank you for that. We are going to move on to our next show, but I'm guessing we've got some challenges that we're going to be dipping out. I'm looking over that oh, it's going to be awful. Here comes Eric.
Hi.
He'll let us know what's up.
So, Fearless Lab, everybody. And Matt Alex.